Alrighty, awesome. Welcome everybody to our Monday Night Team Zoom. I'm super excited to have you guys all on. My name is Crystal Pearl. I am one of your Ambassador Diamond Uplines for anybody who is new and just joined the team, or maybe this is your first Zoom that you've ever caught. I want to welcome you on. I'm so excited to have you here. This is something that we do every single Monday, and this is kind of just our time to connect, to brainstorm, share ideas that are really working for us, give you different ideas of things that you can implement into your business to help you to grow. So we love connecting. We love having you guys on live, because if you have any questions as we're going through any of this, in the bottom, it's a little different depending on if you're joining via your phone or on your computer, but there's a little chat bubble that you can click on. And if you have any questions at all as we're kind of going through things, feel free to pop it in the chat and we'll make sure that we get those questions answered for you live while we are on this Zoom together. So just a heads up on that. So super excited. I'm excited to jump into the topic tonight. I have Mabel Young joining me, who just came out of an awesome event. I shared her pictures on the team page yesterday, so check those out if you have not seen them already. But before we hop into the topic tonight, there's so much excitingness happening right now. It's so awesome. So if you are living on a rock and you didn't catch it yesterday, on the corporate call, they announced that from starting today until the 20th, we have a BOGO on TFX, which is freaking amazing, you guys. This is the #1 supplement that launched last January. If you have anybody that you are talking to or talked to in the past that is interested in weight loss, you need to make sure that you're talking to them again and telling them about this BOGO, because it is absolutely insane. The results people get on TFX is absolutely insane. Reach out to your customers who have used it in the past. Look back into, especially, January, February, March are always really hot times for weight loss. Reach out to those people that have ordered it or that you were talking to in the past and make sure that they know about this awesome promo, because it's only available until the 20th. And something really cool that they're doing that we've never done before is right now, any new customers who sign up, they're going to get a special promo code that can be anywhere from 20 to 70% off of a one-time order. And also, any loyal customers that you currently have that do a non-auto shipment order, they are also going to be able to get that promo code. So make sure that you're getting the word out there. If you're looking for ideas on a script, that's all in your Connect app. It makes it super simple for you. But make sure that you're getting the word out there about this, because you don't want to take that away from somebody and take away the opportunity to get these awesome products at buy one, get one, and that promo code. So just wanted to quick throw that out there. Okay, so tonight we are going to be talking all about events and working your business. One of the ways that you can work your business offline. We talk a lot about how to build your business on social media. It's so awesome that we live in an age where we have access to thousands upon thousands of people at the click of a button, either via our computer or our cell phone. But there's other ways to build this business as well. And so I always like to tell people, I really like to shoot for being rounded in this business. I mostly work my business on social media, but there's also such a big benefit to working your business offline as well. And really what you want to get good at is being a blend of all of the different things, because you're going to meet different types of people by working your business in different ways. And so for me, I started this business 9 years ago. And when I started, Facebook wasn't a thing. There was no Instagram. There was no Snapchat. None of that was around. And my sponsor who signed me up, she was a very, I would say old school network marketer. She had built her business in Mary Kay. So she was really big on parties and events. So when she brought me into the business, that's what she taught me to do. And let me tell you guys, I am an introverted person. The idea of doing events and parties scared the crap out of me. But she just basically told me, if you want to be successful in this business, this is what you need to do. Again, there was no social media at that time. So it was kind of like the one option that I had, is I needed to get out and meet people and grow my network, because my warm market, my friends and family were not super interested in what I had to offer when I first got started. They thought I was a little crazy. And so I had to meet people outside of my network. And so what I love about this business is we do have the opportunity to do events and parties. And what I mean by events is Expos, getting out there. We're going to talk about the different things that you can do. But it's so awesome because, I was just sharing this with a new distributor who just signed up this last week. For a while, I feel like everybody just wanted to be online. Nobody wanted to go to parties anymore. Nobody wanted to go to expos anymore. Everything was very much online. Well, now I feel like we're kind of moving into this place where people are ready to get out from behind the computer. They want relationships. They want connections. They want to be able to talk to somebody. And that's why I feel like events are so powerful, because you have the opportunity to build a connection with somebody face to face. And so I really love that, because not only is it a great way to grow your business, but it's also a great way to accelerate building a relationship quicker with somebody. In my opinion, when you're building a relationship with somebody online, it takes them a lot longer for them to get to know, like, and trust you. And we hear it over and over again that people purchase from people that they know, like, and trust. Well, when you're at an event and you're meeting someone face to face, that relationship just grows that much quicker, because they see you're a real person, you're having a real conversation with them, you're able to touch on their goals and all of the things while they are immersed in that conversation. So I love it because it accelerates that relationship. It's a great way to meet people that you wouldn't maybe meet online. And also, it's a great way to make some quick cash, because, with events, I always used to tell people, don't go into an event thinking that you're going to walk away with a profit, because 9 times out of 10, you just won't. But that has really changed this year, and that's because so many of our products are now available on the go. So you can very easily go to an event at the very minimum breaking even, but a lot of times I'm noticing it even at my events, I'm leaving profiting and leaving with a huge stack of leads and customers. So it's just super, super exciting. So first we're going to talk about where to find events, and then I'm going to kind of hop over to Maple and talk about the event that she just did. But a lot of times the questions I get is, I'm interested in doing events, I want to set up a table, but where do I find a place to do this? There are so many different places that you can find events. So the easiest one right now, I will tell you, is there are holiday expos all over the place, craft fairs. As we're moving into the new year, you're going to start seeing health and wellness expos. We're still kind of in the fall, so you'll probably be seeing some fall fest, some ladies' nights. Look for different things in your community and ask if they let vendors come in and set up a table, or if they're looking for additional vendors at their event. So anything local in your area that you see, ask if they let small business people come in and set up a table. Another place to find great events is reach out to other people that are in other businesses. Who do you know who owns a small business, who's maybe in another MLM, Scentsy, Color Street, what else is it? Norwex, there's so Pampered Chef. There's so many different things out there. Who do you know in these different businesses that you can ask, hey, do you know of any vendor events coming up? I'm looking to get my face in front of some people and build my business. So asking local other business people is a great place. Beauty salons, gyms, boutiques, a lot of times you can reach out to these types of places and ask if they ever let anybody come in and just set up a table and share some of their products. A lot of gyms will let you do it for free, or they'll charge you a very low fee to do something like that. A lot of salons, they do ladies' nights. They're always looking for different vendors to come in, or they might even just let you set up a little table on a Saturday when it's a busy day in the salon. And boutiques are always looking to collaborate with other people. If you tell them, hey, I'd love to collaborate with you. We have this awesome keto coffee. It's fall. Let's put together like a shopping night. I can invite my people. They can come check out the boutique. You can invite your people. They can come sample some of my products. So you can collaborate with different people to set up an event like that and just tap into other people's networks. So those are kind of my top ways that I find events. Mabel, I'm going to open it up to you. Is there any other way that you find events? I think you've kind of always done events, haven't you? Or are you just starting to kind of tap into that? You've always done it, haven't you?
Yeah, luckily my sister makes bows. So that's how she sells all of her stuff, is she does a lot of events. And so what she does is she just lets me know all the events that she does. And then I decide if I'm going to do it, if I'm not. So I'm super thankful that I have, that connection there. But I also have a girlfriend who who did the event last night, she's an event planner, and that's what she does, because she, you know, makes things and puts them on her Etsy. And so luckily I have a few connections that way. But before, when I was doing events, you know, before my sister started making bows, I was just going on social media and typing in events. And then I started realizing, you know, vendor events, free events. And so I would go to these events like with my son and just, you know, do all those fun things where you could do some Christmas shopping. And I realized, like, this is where I need to be. And back then when I started doing them, it was a lot harder because all we had was the wraps and people would just walk right by you. So you really had to have something to get them to stop by. And so I remember doing events, and just like you said, it was super hard to be profitable because, you know, people would walk by and there was nothing there for them. And so it was just, I just kept doing it over and over and over and over again. And that's just kind of how I was able to grow, you know, just the knowledge of where to find events, what events are good, what to look out for, and then really about the pricing too. But you know, when other people reach out to me and say, hey, you're really good at, or you do good at events, or you like doing events, would you be interested in doing an event at my place? To me, that's more, you know, that's where I really am like, yes, I would be more than happy to do that. So it's just getting your name out there and letting people know that you're willing to, versus staying behind, you know, on social media.
Yep. Absolutely. And like I said, they're just so fun. It's so fun to get out and talk to people and have them try your products. Like, I just get lit up when somebody tries our keto coffee or our collagen and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Like, that fires me up. I love that. And so, lots of different ideas. Another one that just popped into my head, this has actually been really, really awesome for me over the past year. Wineries and breweries, a lot of them, if you have those in your area, do like ladies' night or shopping nights. Those are great events because people come because they want to drink wine or they want to go to the brewery. Like, there will be people at those events, I promise you. And also wedding fairs are really great too. So a lot of those can vary as far as pricing goes, but really don't feel like you have to go broke to do an event. I've done events that are upwards near thousands of dollars, and we split them between multiple people to make it affordable, and we just break it up into shifts. But I've also done plenty of events that were $20, that were amazing, that were, you know, $50, $70. So you can very easily find events that are under $100, and you can share them with other people on our team to make the cost more affordable for you. So just a heads up on that. Okay, so let's talk about booth setup. And Mabel, I would love for you just to share a little bit about the booth that you just set up. It looks like it was an outdoor event. It sounds like you had a really great turnout as far as selling samples and the cute little product packs together. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about that, but I'm just going to hand it over to you to just share some of the things you wanted to share from the event you were just at.
Awesome. Yeah, actually, the event that I did yesterday was at a winery. I will definitely say that was gold. If you know anyone that owns a winery, works at a winery, or you have your favorite local winery or brewery, I would definitely 100% jump out it, because I made more money at this event than I have at any of them combined. And it was reasonably priced. The cool thing about it was you got, you know, there was kids there, there was, you know, parents there, especially women. And then there was an area for, you know, for men to watch the Chiefs game. So they really targeted all, you know, they really gave no one an excuse not to come. But, okay, so I did a couple weeks ago, a sideline sister who's on our Legacy Makers team had asked me if I wanted to do an event with her in Iowa, which is about 3 hours away from me. And I was like, sure, I'd love to. Like, why not? I want to know all about it. And it was pretty expensive. And I knew that there was a good chance that I wasn't going to make my profit back, but I was really interested in seeing how other people did it, because I felt like every time I was going, I was doing it by myself. So I wasn't learning a different way. I wasn't able to see how somebody else talks to people about it. I wasn't able to see how somebody else sets up or anything. So I was really interested in just going and learning. And the cool thing about that was, and it was a bridal event, and that's all of our products will target brides. We can sample collagen. Every bride wants to look beautiful with, you know, beautiful long hair, with, really good skin. Every bride is probably going to the gym and pushing themselves extra hard. So the skinny coffee would be perfect for them, hydrate, all that good stuff. And that's what I love about what we have now to offer is that we have products that they can sample right now, and we can help them figure out instantly how they can incorporate that into their, whatever goals it is that they're looking for. So when I went, I ended up signing a loyal customer on the spot, and she wanted everything collagen. And to me, I was like, I may have driven 3 hours and not made my money back that I paid to be here, but being able to sign a loyal customer up with our products was worth all of it, because ultimately that's what we're looking for, is to get people on our products. And she's huge into she's a big realtor, and she's already shared the products with a couple other people, and they have been emailing me back and forth. So that one person just gave me multiple other leads as well. So that's why being, in events or at events in front of people is huge, regardless of whether you make profit from it right now. I don't know what I did. Sorry. I will definitely say that sometimes it can get a little discouraging if you're not making what you want to make, but I will tell you that your setup is huge. So since I drove 3 hours there, I didn't get to set up, but I loved what Sadie did. Sadie set up everybody that came by. Everybody just complimented how the setup was. It wasn't boring. It wasn't too much. It was just the perfect amount of chic that people are looking for right now. You need something that's going to catch somebody's eye. And so that's really what I was sticking with. And I got everything basically from my house. Like if you were to look around my house, you would see everything that's around my house is pretty much what I took and put into my booth. Because if you think it's cute and that's your decoration around your house, you can incorporate that into your, good night. Love you. You can incorporate that into your booth too. So what I did was I just made sure that I had, farmhouse style serving tray that my boyfriend made just out of wood and some stain. I went to some estate sales and some garage sales and just got a couple things that, a couple knickknacks that I could use as decorations. And I really incorporated before and after pictures. And I, made sure that I had samples, and I wanted people to leave with product. So what I did was I just had a big sign. It was a corkboard that I use in my office, and I just wrote on it, so I kept things super simple. I kept things super cheap. The event was only $60. So to me, I felt like I, made out like, I just felt like it was just totally worth all of it. So a lot of people just complimented just the way that things were set up. Another thing too was I had samples of the keto coffee and chocolate greens hot, ready to go when they came. And I just asked them all, hey, do you drink coffee? Those who said no, I was like, all right, well, I have some collagen, I have some hydrate. I kind of just threw out some other things that I had, but I always led with the coffee because 95% of the people that were there drank coffee. And I made sure that I had Blitz cards. I didn't have them already filled out because I wanted them to stay there and look around while I was filling them out. And I noticed that the more people that asked for my business cards, the more comments they made about my booth while I was filling the business cards out. Like, oh my gosh, like that person, I had Tiffany, hers 7 week apart skinny coffee pictures that she has. I had Crystal's, I had your front view and your side view. And I made sure I let most of them know, like, these ladies have children. They're not pushing hard, 60 hours a week in the gym by any means. Like, they're not starving themselves. They're using their products with their busy lifestyle. These are the results that they got. This is what they use. And I was letting people hold stuff. One thing that I would suggest to everybody that I learned from Sadie is to not put full bags of product out. I made sure that all the bags that I had out just had like mason jars in them, or, something to keep them up and looking like they were full, because a lot of people were grabbing bags. At one point, I probably had 6 or 7 people in my booth, grabbing products and stuff. And, luckily no one left with any of it, but had someone had been, ballsy enough to do that, I would have missed out on it. So that's definitely one tip. But I just let people know what an awesome, what awesome products we have, how we got the keto line involved. And nobody knew that it was It Works until they said, what company is this? And I was like, oh, it's a company called It Works. And they're like, oh my God, really? Like, I had no idea that they had all of this. So had I had, a towel that said It Works, or a sign that said It Works, or something, I feel in my heart that they would have walked away, just because, we're not known for what we have now. You know what I mean? Like, we're known for our body wraps, which is why I think vendor events right now are huge, because we're more than just the body wraps. We're more than just the skincare. We are here to change the lives of those all around us. And I completely sold out of my keto coffee. My very first sale that I made was a teenage girl and her little brother. They got collagen coffee and the hydrate. Collagen and coffee for the girl because she was dealing with some acne, and I told her that the collagen is going to help with your skin and your hair, and hydrate for the little boy because he does sports. And so I made sure that I found something to say to everybody that came into my booth that I could help. But I ended up sending buy 5 samples for $20, and I let them know basically that's buy 4 get 1 free, because I wanted them to make sure that they knew that they had a good deal going on. And I stood up the whole entire time. I just talked to people. I wasn't behind my booth. I wasn't on my phone. And anyone that bought samples, I just said, hey, can I get some information down? That way I can follow up with you. And I wrote down what they got, their name, their phone number. I asked them, can I call you or can I text you? When's a good time to reach you? And, I'm going to follow up with you in a couple days. So I let them know I wasn't just there to make the money. I was really there to genuinely help them. And then I made my cute, I just got some Sam's Club coffee mugs, and I just put a keto coffee sample, a chocolate green sample, a handwritten card that lets them know like how to use it just in case they bought it for other people. And then my business card with my website on there and my phone number. And I priced it at a point where I could, where I made a profit from it, and people ate it up. I mean, it was such a fun day yesterday, and there wasn't nearly as many people as we expected, but everyone that came by, I was able to have a real good conversation about what this coffee can do for them. And that's ultimately what I was going for. Another thing that I just wanted to add is I had a lady message me, and I had no idea who it was, and I accepted her message, and she said, hey girl, I work at the winery and I came by your booth. Could you send me more info about the greens and the keto coffee? It was so good and I was craving it this morning. I make a coffee every morning for breakfast and I just love those two mixed together. She wouldn't sign up for I offered the register to win. Put your name, your number down, what your goals are, and if you win, I'll call you and I'll personalize a fit pack for you, specifically for your goals, and I'll mail it to you. She didn't want to do that. She didn't want to do any samples. And then she said she craved the keto coffee and the chocolate green so much that she found me on social media. So to me, that makes a big difference. Just being out there and just letting people know what we have. You guys, I had so much fun. I can't wait to do it again.
That's so awesome. And I love one thing that I want to mention too is you had said, I think it was in our Diamond and Above group chat, but you had said that you sold out of samples, and so you did something cool because you sold out of samples. Do you want to share that with everybody?
Yeah, so my order didn't come in time, and I'm thankful for that because I sold out of samples, but I offered people to prepay, and I was going to mail them samples once my order came in. And I mean, people were like, okay, that's awesome. You know what I mean? Is that what you were talking about?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's such a good idea because, sometimes people might be stressed out. I don't know if I can do an event because I can't afford to get all of these samples. So even if you can't afford to get a ton of samples, let's say you get a bag of keto coffee and a bag of chocolate green. When you sell out and people come up to your booth, just let them know, oh my gosh, today has been crazy. We actually sold out. If you tell people that you sold out, they're going to want the products more because they're going to want what they can't have. And so I love that you just offered that it's not a big deal. You can prepay and I'll get them sent out to you. They'll be here any day for the next round. So I think that was just genius. I love that you did that.
Yeah, and everything that we had on the table to sample, we personally use at home. So I was able to tell them that, like, yeah, these are all the samples that we use. This is what my son drinks. This is what my boyfriend does. And he was there helping me. He would chime in and say, oh, yeah, I'm a black coffee drinker. I just add it to my coffee and I love it. And even today he said, I don't ever want to drink black coffee again, like without the keto coffee. And he was strict black coffee only. So it was like he was there helping me, just chiming in. But I let everybody know, like, hey, our keto coffee was so amazing that I sold out. And I made sure that I left the empty jar that I had it in sitting there with, you know, just empty. And I let people know, like, hey, I just sold out of it, but I'll put your name down if you want to prepay for it. Or if you want to give me your phone number, I'll shoot you a text once I get my keto coffee shipment in, and I will go ahead and mail it to you if you'd like. And everyone was like, yes, I would love that. So that was pretty cool. And I gave people the option. You can either try 5 for $20 so you can go home with it today, or you know what, if you want, we can connect later today and we can just go ahead and order it online and you're going to get a bag for $39, which is my discount. And I made sure that everyone knew that one bag of keto coffee, one packet of keto coffee daily was only going to be $2.60. And that alone was shocking to them. But while they were drinking it, I was telling them, this packet has, it's made with our green coffee bean, which has antioxidant. I mean, I broke it down for them and I repeated it over and over and over again because I wanted them to know what was in it and what it was going to do for them. And I let them know it's going to help your brain, your hair, your skin, your nails, your muscles, your joints. It's going to help you stay fuller longer. It'll boost your metabolism and it's going to help you burn fat. And there's nothing better than being able to burn fat just by switching your coffee. And it was pretty awesome.
I love that. So many good ideas. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Mabel. Okay, so just a couple other things that I want to give you guys a few tips on before we move on. Just like I said, Mabel, we posted a picture of her setup on the team page. If you go in the search bar and just type events or expos or whatever, there's a few events that I've posted, different setups, so you can see different ideas. But just know, if you want to do something like this, keep it super simple. You don't need this big, crazy, elaborate booth. I love how Mabel said that the majority of the things that she had at her booth were things that she had at home. She just picked different decor things. You want it to be appealing, but don't feel like you need to have all of this stuff to have a nice vendor booth for an event. So you can keep it simple. The main thing that you want to make sure that you have is you want to have samples for people to try. You do not need to have every single sample that we have, but have some of your favorite. For me, what I've been doing at a lot of vendor events I do a keto coffee. I usually do a keto coffee straight up. I do a keto, a skinny mocha, so keto coffee and chocolate green. And I usually do them cold just because it's a little easier. If you can do them hot, that's always nice to have. But if you don't, like if you have to pay electricity for the vendor booth or whatever, don't stress out if you can't do it hot. I just do them cold, iced, and it works really well. I have collagen at all of my events, and I also have Hydrate. And I love Hydrate because just like Mabel said, she had somebody come around, and I think she said the kid was in sports or whatever. So many times I'll have kids that come through different expos with their parents or whoever, and they say, oh, can I drink the skinny mocha or whatever? And I'm like, no, you can't. I mean, if they can, if their parents let them. But I'm like, but you can have this Hydrate. This is amazing for you. And so they can try it. They're going to love it. And it's an awesome way that I can talk to their parents about this is just like a Gatorade or a Powerade, but actually healthy, filled with vitamins, without the sugar, without the junk, all that kind of good stuff. So those are the ones that I really like to have on hand. Make sure that when you're doing events that you're keeping track of your sales, who you're selling samples to. So what I do, and if you look in the file section of our team page, there is a template on there that's the exact thing that I do. But basically, I make sure that every time I sell a sample pack, I have them write down their name, their contact information, what they purchased, and how they paid. Just because if you are splitting a booth with multiple people, that helps you keep track. And you want to make sure that you're following up with these people. It's not just about a one-time sale. It's about getting the products in their hands so they can try them and experience them, and then you can convert them into customers. So you want to make sure that you get their information. That is so, so important. One thing I always do at events, because again, like I stated in the beginning, it didn't used to be that we would walk away with a handful of cash. Now that has definitely changed. But the main goal of an expo or an event is to get people's contact information. So what I always do at events is I make sure that I do some sort of giveaway. Usually it's different every single time. I love what Mabel just said, that she would have them sign up for a giveaway, and she said that if they were a winner, she would create a sample pack for them based on their goals. I love that because so many times people say, well, what are you giving away? And I usually just say, oh, we'll be giving away a handful of different things. And then when I actually pick my winner, we talk about what they want. But I love that she said, if you win, we're going to customize a pack for what your specific goals are. Because A, they're going to sign up because there's something at your table that they're interested in. And two, you're going to get to hear a little bit more about what their specific goals are. So that's huge. So make sure you're doing some sort of giveaway. I usually just have a little bowl and then a giveaway sheet, which is also in the file section of our team page, but it's basically just their name, their contact information. I ask if it's okay if I friend them on Facebook, and then what their goals are. So I know, are they interested in product? Are they interested in the opportunity, or both? So that's one thing that I always make sure that I do. And then make sure that after the event, you know, if you're doing an event, make sure that you are committed to following up with these people, following up with the people who go into your giveaway, following up with the people that do samples, because again, if you are not, you are missing out on such a huge, huge opportunity, because these people have already met you and they want to hear from you. They're basically giving you a lead slip and giving you the okay to contact them by putting their goals down on that sheet of paper. So make sure that you're following up and you're getting their information. Even if you do an event and it's small, I want you guys to know there's always a reason that you're there. I firmly believe that to my core. Every time I go to an event or a party, even if it's small, I always just say, okay, God, there's somebody here that I need to meet. I need to talk to. Who is it? And it might be somebody at another vendor booth. They might become my next best customer. I might just, you know, maybe nobody comes through the event, but then I'm going to go and hop around and meet the different vendors and see what they have to offer. Network, build relationships, friend them on Facebook, connect with them, because they are also going to be a doorway to different people if they're not interested in it themselves. But I will tell you, one of the events that I did it one winter. There was this horrible snowstorm. It was a cheap event. It was like $20, but literally not one person walked through the event, not one person. And at that event, I met a lady at another booth. She was actually there with another company. And a week later, she reached out to me. She wanted to join my team, and she became a triple diamond on my team years down the road. So you never know why you are there, but I always believe that there's a reason. So if you just sit behind your table, you sit behind your booth if it's slow, and you don't talk to anybody, and you pout about, oh man, this sucks, I wasted a Saturday and nobody's here, then you could be missing out on somebody that is right under your nose that you've been praying for. So always make it a point to get out, talk to people, build relationships. They might not be the destination, they might be a doorway to somebody else, but there's always a reason you're there, and there's always a reason that we can bring light into other people's lives. So hopefully that gives you some ideas. I would really encourage you guys to step out of your comfort zone, do some events, team up with some other people. If you want to do an event, reach out on our team page and ask if there's any sidelines that want to do an event with you that are in your area if you're not comfortable doing it on your own. But it's so much fun. It's such a great opportunity for you. And like I said, a great way to make cash and a great way to meet people if you're wanting to build your business offline as well as online. So I think it's a win-win. So hopefully you guys got some good tips. I'm going to just quick peek at the comments, make sure there were no questions. I think it was mostly things that we covered. Awesome, Emily, you've got an event coming up. That's so exciting. I'm pumped for you. Courtney sold Hydrate. Awesome. Cool. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being on. I will get this recording up so you can go back and rewatch it or send it to people on your team that weren't able to get on live. And I hope you guys all have a fantastic week. Tell everybody about the BOGO. I'm so pumped up about that. And we will see you guys next Monday night. Good night, everybody.